Sean Meyers of the Westmoreland Sports Network, joined by Brad Wetzel, the head coach of the Greater Latrobe Wildcats, before they begin the Class 5A boys postseason. First off, Brad, congrats. A terrific regular season, and I know it's got to feel good to be back in the postseason after a couple of years away from it. How big of a goal was that accomplished this year to get back to postseason play?
Well, it certainly was, not very fun sitting out and missing it a couple of years in a row. So, I thought we had a mindset that we wanted to be part of the postseason play, and that started in the summer, really. And then, of course, we felt that our goal, honestly, this year was to earn a home game. We felt that we could accomplish that. And honestly, if I'm being frank, Sean, I thought we did earn, with an 18-4 mark, I thought we earned the home game. But, it is what it is. We got a tough matchup here in the very first round, and we're excited about, getting after it.
What do you think your team did best this year?
Well, I just think it was a combination of things, but, the resiliency. I felt that there was never a time that we were down, that it was, abandoned ship moment. Everybody stuck with the program and stuck together. The resiliency, I think, was one of our best things. And I thought sharing the ball would probably be the more tangible answer to that question. I think we shared the ball and open guys got it.
You had a week where you lost 2 games, basically at the buzzer. And I know when I talked to you after the loss against Franklin Regional, you said all the goals are still in front of us. I hope the players realize that. You had a chance to rebound and got a couple wins after that. Where do you think the team is in terms of their mindset after a couple of those disappointing losses?
Well, I think the answer came very quickly, Sean. I talked to you probably 9:30 or so at night, and we came back here, and the team had their own meeting. And it lasted quite a long time. And then Saturday morning, the answer was real clear. These guys were back in, took full accountability about stubbing our toe there for a couple games in a row, and really juiced things up. And I thought had some fire that maybe we were lacking a little bit there for a couple weeks. And so it was a nice resounding answer that they want to reach our potential. They want that goal of going as far as we possibly can, and not only the district but also the PIAA. So the goals were, first, was to qualify for a home game, and that kind of slipped by us. But I don't blame us for that necessarily. Now it's just about playing the best basketball we can, because everybody we play now is really good.
I would imagine that despite all the success that you've had as a head coach, this year might feel a little bit different for you because your son is a senior. Max Butler is a senior, and I mention him because it feels like the Butlers are almost adopted children of yours since you've been coaching one of them for about a decade plus now. Do you feel like this is going to be a little bit different for you personally going through this postseason because of those scenarios?
You know what? I would be I wouldn't be honest if I didn't say yes. It has been different. I've been coaching these kids in some facet since 3rd grade, and all of them. From Brady, on up to the seniors. Kyle and John and Max, and so it was different. And I like the chemistry that's been forged. In the last couple of years of not getting to the playoffs and having some setbacks and some injuries, and we were plagued the year before. All that, I think, has made us who we are right now. I think it's a team that's really appreciative of the opportunity to play and have a chance to compete. So it is nice, and it is different.
Let's talk about how the Class 5A field played out. I know Corey Smith, the head coach of Kiski Area, thought that winning a section title would get them a better seed than number 8. You mentioned you thought your team did enough to get a home matchup. So when the brackets did come out, what was your reaction?
Well, I mean, the system is what it is. I mean, I don't think Westmoreland County has a voice. So I wasn't surprised. And I think Corey's correct. I think they deserve better than an 8, and I think we deserve better than a 9. But that's the system that we're part of. So I'd have to say we're both right. I think there was some spots there that were filled that were, I think, clearly for us. There was two spots in particular, and for a section champion to be an 8, but it just goes to show you how it is. And I didn't expect a whole lot different, and no sense, crying over spilt milk. I mean, Kiski's really good. We know that, and we've pretty familiar with them and they us. So it should be one heck of a battle down at their place.
Yeah, former section foes were the Cavaliers. So I know it's a slightly different version this year, but you probably have a pretty good gauge for what they offer. What's key for your team to have success against them?
Well, I think they're a real physical bunch, and they're real stingy on defense. I think they lead the classification in holding teams down. So I think you got to make sure the ball security is one. You got to make sure that you just don't give them the ball and give away attempts at the hoop. And I think ultimately we just got to be able to handle their physicality. If we can do that, I think we'll be in the game.
Well, Brad, thanks so much for taking the time. I appreciate it as always. Congrats on making the playoffs and good luck.
Thanks a lot, Sean.